February 1959. The Ural Mountains of Russia. 9 experienced hikers set out into the wilderness, never to return alive. Their bodies were found in bizarre conditions, torn tents, missing tongues, and traces of radiation. Over 60 years later, in 2025, new declassified files are reigniting theories on X. Was it a natural disaster, a military cover-up, or something not of this world? Join us as we unravel the chilling Dyatlov Pass Incident. In late January 1959, a group of 9 young Soviet hikers, led by 23-year-old Igor Dyatlov, embarked on a challenging trek through the Ural Mountains. All were experienced, in their 20s, and students or graduates of the Ural Polytechnical Institute. Their goal? To reach Otorten Mountain, a 10-day journey through brutal winter conditions. They were well prepared, carrying tents, cameras, and journals to document the adventure. The group consisted of 7 men and 2 women, all fit and trained in survival skills. They set off on January 27th, full of excitement, unaware of the horror awaiting them. Their last contact was a postcard sent from a remote village saying they were on track. But when they failed to return by February 12th, a search was launched, one that would uncover one of the most perplexing mysteries in history. On the night of February 1st or 2nd, 1959, something went horribly wrong on the slopes of Kholat Syakhl, the dead mountain in the local Mansi language. Searchers found the group's tent, slashed open from the inside, abandoned in the snow. Clothes, shoes, and supplies were left behind, as if the hikers fled in a blind panic. Weeks later, their bodies were found scattered across the slope. 5 were discovered first, some barefoot or in socks, frozen in sub-zero temperatures. 2 had tried to climb a tree, their hands scraped raw. The last 4 were found months later in a ravine under 12 feet of snow. The details were gruesome. One hiker, Lyudmila Dubinina, was missing her tongue and eyes. Several had internal injuries, crushed ribs, fractured skulls, but no external wounds. Most bizarrely, some clothing tested positive for low levels of radiation. What could cause such chaos? The Soviet investigation was swift but secretive. The official report blamed a compelling natural force, likely an avalanche, but inconsistencies piled up. The tent wasn't buried in snow, as an avalanche would suggest. The radiation and missing body parts couldn't be explained. The case was closed in 1959, classified for decades. Theories exploded. Some pointed to a slab avalanche, a rare snowslide that could explain the injuries. But why flee without gear? Others suspected a military accident. The Urals were a testing ground for Soviet weapons, and radiation hinted at a mishap. Locals whispered of the Mansi, an indigenous group, but no evidence linked them to the deaths. The creepiest theory came from UFO enthusiasts. Hikers' photos showed strange lights in the sky, and witnesses reported orange orbs over the mountains that winter. Could extraterrestrials be involved? The radiation and bizarre injuries kept this idea alive. In 2025, the Dyatlov Pass Incident roared back into the spotlight. A Russian documentary released declassified Soviet files revealing military activity near the Urals in 1959, possibly missile tests. Posts exploded with speculation, some claiming the files hint at a cover-up involving experimental weapons. Others doubled down on the UFO angle, citing new analysis of the hikers' photos showing unexplained light patterns. A 2025 study by Russian scientists revisited the avalanche theory using AI to model the slope, but skeptics on X argue it still doesn't explain the radiation or missing tongue. The Dyatlov Foundation, run by the hikers' families, continues to demand answers, but the truth remains buried in the snow. The Dyatlov Pass Incident remains one of history's darkest mysteries. 9 lives ended in terror, and we may never know why. If you have information, however unlikely, contact the FBI at 1-800-CALL-FBI. What killed the Dyatlov hikers? Avalanche? Military mishap? Or something beyond our world? Share your theories in the comments. If this chilling tale gripped you, hit subscribe for more unsolved mysteries. Next, we'll explore the heartbreaking disappearance of Asha Degree. Stay curious and stay warm out there.